That'd be awesome.
Thanks a lot for being here. That's better. Thanks a lot to the Williamsport Volunteer Fire Department and EMS crew guys for being here. We hope we don't need you. We have the General Lee out here. Is this from Hoffman Automotive?
Boo.
2014. Thank you very much again for your sponsorship this year. We have lots of fine sponsors here tonight, folks. Bill's going to be working down through them here after we do this driver introduction and what have you and get everything started. Pledge the flag, and I'll tell you a little bit about Memorial Day. Memorial Day used to be called Decoration Day, and in 1882 it became a national, actually a federal holiday. And after World War II, people started calling it Memorial Day due to all of our fallen heroes. So it was pretty much changed to Memorial Day, and that became the official name for the holiday in 1967. And of course, it's always the last Monday in May. So, with this being an important holiday, and we have all these important little people out here with us, if you can squeeze around here, or I'll come around, we're going to say the pledge to the flag, or we will pledge the flag, and I need your help. And then the guys from the color guard should be down here, and we'll have Lauren do the national anthem after we do the driver introduction. So, this is important, although it may not be in the exact order that we planned, but that's no big deal. Everybody over here. Everybody over here. Come on, I need some help. Lauren and I need some help. Okay. Hold that flag high. Everybody ready? I hope all your parents have their camera. Hold that flag high and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. How about a nice hand for them, folks? You may keep the flag, okay, and I hope you enjoy your night.
Yeah, right.
Make sure you all go back where you came from.
Hey guys, don't go anywhere. You get a treat. Wow, you get a treat. And a couple other boxes. Go see the other boxes.
Lauren Carnahan, and she's going to sing while the drivers all come out and take their respective places according to class.
Can you see it hanging over there?
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains.
impressive introduction will be the 7,500-pound modified tractor class. There are 11 tractors in the class.
You think?
And I'd like you to meet each and every one of them, and I ask that you applaud loudly after we give them all to you. Pulling first is Jim McKenzie from Hanover, Pennsylvania, driving blood, sweat, and tears. In the number 2 spot, Courtney Robinson from Windsor, Pennsylvania, driving a pony farmer. Pulling third is Nancy Weller from Tawnytown, Maryland, driving Hot Dam. Pulling fourth is Don Dean from Trafalgar, Indiana, driving a plumber's nightmare. Pulling fifth, Jason McKenzie from Thomasville, Pennsylvania, driving Never Satisfied. Pulling sixth is Lynn Brookhart from Bel Air, Maryland, driving a radial reactor. Seventh is Brandon Budd from Catholic, Virginia, driving Wasted Nights. Pulling eighth is Phil Jones from Huntington, Maryland, driving the Attitude Adjuster. Pulling ninth is Randy Davis from Rappahannock, Virginia, driving Running Bear. Pulling 10th, Fred McKenzie from Westminster, Maryland, driving a Highland Special. And pulling 11th, James Kendall from Hagerstown, Maryland, driving the Little American. How about a nice hand for your 7,500-pound modified tractor driver? Second close, 6,200-pound two-wheel drive trucks, 9 of them in the class. Pulling first is Bob Rennie from Quebec, Canada, driving the Stinger. Pulling second, Steve Wilson from Prince Frederick, Maryland, driving Dirty Money. Pulling third, Mike Bartokowski, driving Destination 300. Pulling fourth, Kevin Landis from Berlin, Pennsylvania, driving the PA Ridge Runner. Pulling fifth is Jeff Eschman from York, Pennsylvania, driving the Boss Hog. Pulling sixth, Mark Cook from Delavan, New York, driving Bad Medicine. Pulling seventh, Sabrina Reed from Huntingtown, Maryland, driving the Mischief Maker. Pulling eighth is Trent Best from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, driving Best Bet. And pulling ninth, Irv Clark from Lime Lake, New York, driving Taz Toy. How about a nice hand for the two-wheel drive truck driver? Third class has 9 of them, 20,000-pound hot rod semi-class. Pulling first is Joe Metzger from Shelby, Ohio, driving the Bronchosaurus. Pulling second is Tim Carter from Root Glen, Virginia, driving the Poor Boys Mutt. Pulling third is Jeremy Walker from Danville, Illinois, driving Double Down. Pulling fourth is Mark Rook from Jeromesville, Ohio, driving a Hillbilly Deluxe. Pulling fifth is Greg Dean from Shenandoah, Virginia, driving Bad Dog. Pulling sixth, Dana Lindsay from Duncansville, Pennsylvania, driving Red Hot and Rollin'. Pulling seventh, Lou Shankman, Tim Whiteshare, and the Black Sheep, Dodge from Dalton, Ohio. Pulling eighth is Mike Larrabee from Crestline, Ohio, driving Shameless. And pulling ninth double duty, Jeremy Walker from Danville, Illinois, driving Two of a Kind. How about a nice hand for the semi-driver? Scott Jones, starting line flagman. Bill Grove, finish line flagman. How about a hand for those two? They'll be busy, busy, busy. Fourth class, always a big one. 9,500 super stock tractors mixed in with 10,000-pound pro stock tractors. 12 of them in the class. Pulling first is Steve Beckley, the local guy from Sharpsburg, Maryland, driving Up in Smoke. Another local, number 2, Tara Moore from Boonesboro, Maryland, driving More Education. Pulling third, Robert Sathoff Jr. from Easton, Maryland, driving The Family Affair. Pulling fourth is Robert Martin from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, driving Thick Green. Pulling fifth is Kevin Windsor from Lothian, Maryland, driving a 6-shooter. Pulling sixth is Brian Sathoff from Ridgely, Maryland, driving Good News. Pulling seventh, Robert Martin from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, driving John Deere Green. Pulling eighth is Cody Martin from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, driving That Darn Deer. Pulling ninth is Josh Martin from Chambersburg, driving Dairy Deer. Pulling 10th is Leon Overholzer. Hopefully he's here. He's from East Earl, Pennsylvania, and he's driving the Persuader. Pulling 11th is Davey Moore from Boonesboro, Maryland, driving One More Beer. And pulling 12th is Tim Evans from Hagerstown, Maryland, driving a Red Line Harvester. How about a nice hand for the super stock pro stock driver? And we're finishing up with the 8,000-pound pro stock diesel 4-wheel drive truck class, a big one here tonight with 13 all told. Pulling first is Billy DeBlasio from 84, Pennsylvania, driving the XDP Dodge. Pulling second is Todd Ely from Palmer, Massachusetts, driving the PDS Diesel Dodge. Pulling third is Dylan Kautz from Gardner, Maine, driving high voltage. Pulling fourth is Andrew Grove from New Freedom, Pennsylvania, driving bad timing. Pulling fifth is Lamar Burkholder from Jonestown, Pennsylvania. Pulling sixth, Andrew Kinsley from Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania, driving the Ranch Hand. Seventh, Will Milky from Queen Anne, Maryland, driving Running Brook. Pulling eighth is Corey Humps from Winchester, Virginia, driving the Real Deal. Pulling ninth is Merle Wright from Louisville, Pennsylvania, driving Chapter 11. Pulling 10th is James Barter from Elizabethville, Pennsylvania, driving his Ford. Pulling 11th, Jeremy Denson from Winchester, Virginia, driving 2 Disturbed. 12th is Daniel Romberger from York, Pennsylvania, driving Smoking Addiction. And last but not least, pulling 13th is Jeff Lynch from Chestertown, Maryland, driving all maxed out too. How about a nice hand for the Pro Stock Diesel truck drivers? And now I would like to introduce you and send out a big thank you to the Marine Corps League and the DFW from Hagerstown Color Guard. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to come out and we're going to have Lauren sing the national anthem. So would you please rise and observe that big beautiful flag on the back of that big beautiful bag from D&D Truck Repair.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and a rugged flag above bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic opening ceremony to get the first major East Coast Lucas Oil Pro Pulling Circuit underway tonight. That was definitely an impressive event. As our color guard leaves the track. This event tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is sanctioned by the Washington County Truck and Tractor Pullers Association. And I'm telling you, we have a lot of new sponsors, local businesses that have gotten behind the truck and tractor pulling game. And you can see as these pullers leave the track, we have pullers from everywhere, from the Northeast to the South to the Midwest, have come into Washington County, ladies and gentlemen, to pull here tonight. Our platinum sponsor for this event tonight is the all-new Hoffman Chevrolet Cadillac Chrysler Jeep and Dodge, located on Edgewood Drive in Hagerstown. Our gold sponsor is Wrestling Tire, out on the National Bike, 24/7 tire service, road and farm. Dave Merchant on the National Bike, local excavating company. And of course, D&D Truck Repair and Towing out on Dudley Road. Dave, of course, started as one of our original national pullers back in the late 1970s. Also, Alban Cat in Myersville, your local Caterpillar dealer, and he's donated the use of his grader for this event here tonight. The bronze sponsors, Advantage Landscape and Construction, AT&T Incorporated, Smith Implement on-sear boat light. And here comes, no doubt about it, the Huckman Girls. She's got a t-shirt cannon. Let's see if we can get that thing. Heads up.
Hands up if you want to.
I'm telling you, those Huckman girls can shoot my shotgun anytime they want. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? All these sponsors, of course, and we're officially welcoming you to the East Coast Pullers. This is one of the Lucas Oil Pro Pulling Leagues. You see a lot about Lucas Oil on TV today, especially on ESPN. And it's supported here by General Tire, Speedco,
slingshot wasn't going anywhere. That's because the year before that they had the guy with the t-shirt cannon that was failing.
And Geico Insurance. Well, I'm sure I'm going to give you a quiz on all these sponsors a little bit later on. But here's an idea for some of you new tractor pulling fans.
But they're happening to be wearing the one I want.
Now I know there's some of you guys and gals out there who's been around with as long as I have. This is the beginning of my 39th year of pulling here in the state of Maryland. Yep, my wife Patty Puller and I have traveled a good many states in this country. And it's good to be back here on home territory with Brian Yeager. Everybody that comes out tonight has been weighed in. Remember, there is no limit to the amount of horsepower that anybody can turn. But they can't weigh any more than 7,500 pounds. They will have 2 attempts to pull that sled 100 feet. 100 feet. If they start out, they think they don't have it right, they can, if the track official, the starting line flightman says they can back up and start again. Now we don't want any of the pullers using the 3-minute time limit. But just in case, every puller will have 3 minutes from the time the sled is positioned to come up and go the second round. All right, and safety is the #1 job of this here thing tonight. They told her had mechanical problems. They had requested to drop the last place in the class. Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming in. Racing out here. And Brian Dicker,
I noticed this before I noticed Brandon. I noticed this before I noticed Brandon. Nick's up there feeding the steak.
On the east coast of the United States, Mr. James McKinson, great generation of poets. He is the father, the grandfather, and this man's son will all go in this class. Tim McKinson is a truck driver for the United Rifles. They live in Hanover, Pennsylvania. He's not quite as daring as his son Jason, who ended up #1 last year on the national circuit here on the East Coast. Let's bring it on. Starting right Franklin, Scott Jones, Bill Bloom at the finish line. Now, being the #1 puller, he has to decide, is he going to keep that drill? How far did he go, Elena? All right, 278.62 feet. Now, he's the only bowler allowed to give it up and come back. I don't know if he's going to play the odds makers here tonight. The odds are 5-1 that if he gives it up, he will not do as good the second time out. So mark it down to 78.62, 278.62. The slant appears to be set to stop the class. Ryan says we're going to watch one more. At this point, McKenzie is keeping the pole. 278, 300-foot finish line. Well, I tell you what, Brian, here comes the first female competitor.
Yeah, Courtney Robinson is up next, fans. Second puller in this class of 11 modified tractors. Courtney's from Windsor, Pennsylvania, running a tractor called the Tony Farmer that sports 3 blown big block Chevrolet engines. There's all kinds of unique setups in this class. You're allowed to run 3 blown wedge engines, 2 blown Hemis, 4 carbureted wedge blocks, 2 Allisons, 3 turbines as long as they don't exceed 4,500 horsepower. We have a little bit of everything in this class here tonight, as well as Len Brookhart's radial reactor, which sports the big, what is it, an 18-cylinder radial aircraft engine. So you're going to see all kinds of neat setups, including Don Dean's tractor from Indiana, the Plumber's Nightmare, 3 turbine engines on it. Keep an eye on it when it comes out. Out on the left front corner is a little 4-cylinder GM engine, and that's what drives the tractor to and from the track and helps the turbine get started. So a little bit of everything in here. If you're a Chevrolet fan, we just saw 3 blown Chevys go out there, and we're going to watch one more before we determine if the sled is set for this big class. We want them to go as far as we can, but we don't want them to go in the weeds. But here comes 3 more blown big block Chevrolets on Courtney's tractor called the Phony Farmer. Yes, Courtney's dad told for many, many years. Courtney is one of these farm girls that grew up around home. And about 3 years ago, she said, Dad, you know I'd like to do this. So he took 2 of the engines off. He ran 1 engine on the interstate circuit. And then 2 years ago, she said, Dad, you think we ought to have a new tractor? This is all brand new. And she says, I'd like to have all 3 engines. Yeah, about 1,500 horsepower for each engine. She's going to make the whole career run on the left side of the track. Let's see what the Phony Farmer's going to do with it. How about a nice hand for her, ladies and gentlemen? There's major trouble with the center engine. How about a hand for her? That's not what she had in mind. Well, I tell you, she's right up close to where Jim ended up 268.5. Heavy sled tonight. 268.5. 10 feet shy of Jim McKenzie. Well, that's not bad. Courtney has a lot of experience under her belt. So now we're going to wait for the official word if they're going to let the sled set where it is, lighten it up, or keep it where it is for this class. 11 competitors in this class. We had 2 of the first callers from Pennsylvania. Big hand for Courtney as she goes away from the sled. There's no doubt that the fans here in Washington County, and like I said, I've traveled the country for 39 years, and we've never seen fans as strong a support for pulling as we do here in the Hagerstown region. Now we have just received word of Lena Hauser, our statistician, here in Command Central. That's the white camper down near the end of the track. Sled is set. And Jim McKenzie is going to keep the 278-foot pole. Courtney in second at 268. Now, the next young lady coming up is no stranger to pulling. She again grew up on a farm in Carroll County. Her father was an engineer for Westinghouse. He and a neighbor built the first tractor with an Allison airplane engine. The Allison, of course, is a 12-cylinder aircraft. And of course, her father has modified these engines over the years, putting fuel injection on them. They come equipped with internal superchargers. There's very few of these engines left. They were developed at the beginning of World War II when President Roosevelt wanted a fighter plane that would fly 300 miles an hour. Well, of course, Nancy grew up around this, went to college, became an attorney. She worked for a law firm in Baltimore City. And of course, can't you just see her at the water cooler when all the guys come around and say, well, Nancy, what are you going to be doing this weekend? Ha! You don't want to know. I'll tell you, Brian Yeager, she has been tough.
I'll agree with that. This is last year's #2 tractor in points coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Twin Allison aircraft engines on there that each have 1,710 cubic inches. These engines were state-of-the-art, way ahead of their time. 4 valves per cylinder, crank-driven blowers, making 25 pounds of boost way back in the day. The coolest thing about this is, like Bill said, is the nostalgia of it. These engines were designed in 1929 and production ended in 47. And here we are in 2014, just running them to death. Wait till you see this thing go. It's somewhere over 4,000 horsepower, maybe 4,500, and it's gonna sound awesome. You wait and see.
Well, they just did an article in the Frederick News Post about 2 of the local pilots in the Frederick area, and one of them still has one of the original P-51s. And the article more or less was getting the guy that he had to lose 50 pounds in order to get into the cockpit. And he was a pilot for years, and he did it, and he flew. He was so proud to have flown. It was a beautiful airplane, and I don't know, there's very, very few left anymore in the country. But these exotic engines, I know Earl has lost several of these engines. As Brian said, the supercharger is on the fuel side of the injectors. In other words, the blowers are blowing a mixture into the engine. And what ruins these engines is if the bearings on the supercharger shaft wear just a little bit. It lets the fins on the fan nick the side of the housing. It'll spark and set off an explosion that will blow the supercharger off the engine. And that's ruined many of these engines. And I guarantee you, Earl Howard, Nancy's father that built this, he has made sure those bearings are good. If anybody knows an Allison engine, that is the man.
Unfortunate thing for Nancy's team is they're having an issue getting it started, so she's going to drop, and we're going to bring Don Dean out. Hopefully Nancy and the crew will get that thing fired up. In the meantime, here comes this unique setup that I was telling you about earlier. Saw this guy down at Budge Creek, Maryland a few weeks ago. Saw him a couple times last year, and you talk about ingenuity. Don Dean from Trafalgar, Indiana, calls this thing the plumber's nightmare. Up on the front left corner is a little Iron Duke 151 cubic inch 4-cylinder GM engine, and that's what's driving the tractor out there right now. He's got gearboxes and all kinds of plumbing going on. He's got 3 turbine engines on there, 2 on the outside of equal size and 1 big one in the middle. And I can't remember, I believe there's a 53 in the middle and 40 couples on the outside. The way a turbine engine works is it's probably burning kerosene, and it's going to compress that and spin it back through that engine, turn the turbine, and right into the rear end. So it's going to take this guy a while to get this thing going. You got to get all 3 of those things cooking, shut that little 4-cylinder off, and then when everything's ready, it won't make a bunch of noise, but those back tires will be about burning the hide off of them, and this thing runs pretty darn good. The plumber's nightmare.
Well, I tell you, Jim Kendall, and you'll see him later, he has been with the Washington County Bows for a lot of years. He was the first puller in this area to develop a truck. He had a 2-wheel drive truck with a turbine engine in. He will pull last in this class tonight. But I tell you, blind diggers, this is interesting how you can get these three jet helicopter engines to run together. We will stand on the brake pedal, holding it. The inside, the fan inside the engines are not turning. The pressure, the exhaust pressure going through them, he's filling it up. Filling all three engines up now that he's got them fired. The brake roll, the brakes will not be able to hold it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome from Southern Indiana. All the way from Indiana tonight, Mr. John Dean. You can't hold it any longer. Big hand for him, ladies and gentlemen. Dan John Dean from your Southern
You know how much better we keep that thing from hopping.
The woman nightmare.
Burn alcohol. Not They calling for a storm?
Bill?
Possibility.
Folks, there's about a 25-year folder. How about a hand for Phil Jones?
Afraid you're gonna milk?
Huh? You get to see a tractor and
afraid you're gonna milk?
Nah, I just asked if you knew anything.
Making our way to the staging area. Last year's #1 points tractor waits to come out unless Nancy gets hers running. We'll see if she dropped to the bottom or if Jason McKenzie's coming out. I hear Lynn Brookhart down there getting a little heat in that radio engine. It's a popping and a button going on. Lots and lots of horsepower in this class, isn't there? I'd like to thank the Washington County Antique Tractor Pullers. Also want to thank Bill Deal.
James, can you please get me a Coke while you're in there, please?
And
No, regular.
Appreciate those guys out there working. Got Doug Deal out there.
Thank you.
These antique tractors keeping things safe, dragging all the vehicles through the pit area. Nobody's allowed to run them until they get out here. Also, we take time to mention the banner sponsors for the Washington County Rollers, AR&E, that's Apparatus and Repair Engineering, located on Lee Street in Hagerstown. Also ASR, the alternator starter repair on Burhands Boulevard. And Beaver Creek, the storage bin on the dual highway, along with built wood powder coating in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. These big block Chevrolets are aftermarket engines based on the old 396 design that came out in 1965. These are probably up around 540 cubic inches each, and it is bad to the bone. Jason McKenzie was never satisfied. Here's the third.
There you go.
The two engines out front, and then the one in the back sitting on there backward. Boy, they are putting the torque into that gearbox that's right between all those engines, and it's got enough torque to put him out front. Hey, check this out. We got any heavy fans? Look at this thing. Running bear coming down fast. What's the distance on Jason? I tell you what, there's no doubt, Brian, he has set the mark in this class. This young puller, the third generation of pulling in one family, and like his granddaddy Fred says, I might have 4 Fords on mine, but those 3 Chevys are tough. He's out front at 312.38. Hot dog. The bad news is, did you hear that grinding? That gearbox I was talking about earlier, I believe, has a bit of a bellyache. Man, something's really grinding in that thing. Well, I tell you, McKenzie's way out front at 312.38, and I would say here we are, halfway through the class. Floating finish line. We want the fans and the pullers to know that. Sorry to interrupt you, Bill. Floating finish line 312 and 3 is the new mark to beat. We're floating the finish line, pullers. With a floating finish line, you pull what you brought and you go as far as you possibly can. So at 312, it's wide open, and here comes Mr. Lynn Brookhart. You know, I certainly hope that Nancy can get the hot damn machine with the twin Allisons running. I know right now that red-headed young lady is really P.O. She says, Dad, what's wrong with it? Well, they're out there working on it, but right now here is something new. Brian, I had never seen a radial aircraft engine until last year when this guy, Lynn Brookhart from Bel Air, Maryland, showed up here in Hagerstown. Yeah, and it ran real well for its first year out. A right radial engine on the next one coming, fans. Lynn's first year last year finished 8th in points. Get a load of that thing firing up. Radial engine off an airplane, what's the advantage of that? The pistons all run outward from the center crankshaft. Of course, when that's in an airplane, it keeps the airplane from trying to roll over. And that great big stainless shroud around there keeps any parts from flying out into the clouds. 16 cylinders all around the ring there, with fuel injection out front and exhaust pipes going every which way. This thing will make all kinds of noise and it's got all kinds of power. Wright made it, and she's a model 3350.
Damn.
This is the only one that we know of going in the United States. If you go on the internet, you can see one that looks almost identical to it, and it's painted yellow, and that pulls in England. So you're lucky to get to see it here tonight, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of him this year. Check out the schedule on 3 different websites. You can get on Washington County Fuller's website. That's the brown bunch that are bringing you tonight's event. WashingtonCountyFullers.com, and they have Facebook. We also have EastCoastFullersLLC.com, and they have Facebook. You'll want to check out the Facebook page here in the coming few days because you'll be able to go for a ride on some of these trucks and tractors due to the cameras that we have on a few of them. And you can also check out EasternExtremePulling.com. So check out the information there that's on the other radial tractor over in England. They're as big a pulling fans as we are. He calls this thing the Radial Reactor. And he's from Bel Air, Maryland. Watch him go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is sort of the same modified engine that you saw on the B-17 bomber. Anywhere but here in Hagerstown, all brought to you by the sponsors of the Washington County Post. I believe Glenn's taking over the number 2 spot while we're waiting on the distance. How about a hand for this classy old dude? Yeah. Brett McKenzie with the Highland Special. It sports 4 carbureted big block Ford motors on there. Named after their Highland cattle.
Well, we got the distance on Mr. Breckhart, 301.12, 11 feet shy of Jason McGinty. But I'm telling you, Brian, that was a pull.
Yeah, he had a real good run going until it stumbled there. That stumble was enough to cost him the 12 feet that would have put him out front. But still, nothing shabby about that pull. Taking over the number 2 spot thus far. And we still have quite a few to go. Brandon Budd coming up next. Phil Jones, Randy Davis, Fred McKenzie, James Tyndall, and hopefully Nancy Weller coming at the end. This is the first of 5 classes here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoy it, and we are very glad that you are here. We've got a nice crowd.
Well, we just like to let the folks know that if the noise is getting to you, we do have earplugs available at the souvenir stand directly behind Command Central here under the little tent. Earplugs are available if the noise is beginning to get to you. Well, a young man here is having a birthday today, so we want to wish Hunter a happy 6th birthday. So Hunter, we're so glad that you're here tonight, and again, happy birthday, 6 big years, and Hunter is here celebrating at the Washington County Bowl.
Fans, like Bill said, we have earplugs available, and the next class is the 2-wheel drive truck, and they're going to make more noise than these guys. They burn alcohol, and they run blowers at 575 cubic inches. They will rattle your ears and vibrate your chest. 9 of those trucks in the next class coming out. So if you want to get some earplugs, that might be a good idea. All right, here comes Mr. Budd. Brandon Budd from Captain, Virginia. With this beautiful tractor called Wasted Nights. It's 4-3 blown big block Chevrolet. And you can see 2 of them are transverse mounted. So the one engine going straight into the gearbox. And the one thing on the side are 90-degree drives in the gearbox. And then of course it comes out the back through an FCS gearbox and into the rear end. No transmission on these tractors in this class. The gearbox of choice is FCS. It's 1 speed forward and 1 reverse. And the gearbox in this thing will look like a big plus sign. But wait till he starts twisting on it. That front engine will want to lean to the side, but the 2 side-mounted engines will counterbalance that. Watch how nice and even this thing goes. So wasted nights, I'm sorry. Welcome another Virginia caller all the way from Jackson, Virginia. Mr. Brandon Budd. I tell you, we've got some many new pullers coming out for the 2014 year. Front end come up off the ground. Had a good run going, and I believe it's just a little bit short of the count, but a very nice pull for Brandon Budd. Fans, here's another classic tractor.
Oh, I'm not the only one feeling that?
From Hagerstown, Maryland. He's all smile.
All right,
you fans marking down the distance, 3:09.3, good for second place. He was able to beat Lynn Burkhart's radio-powered tractor. 3:01 put him in third. Still out in front, Jason McKenzie. The third generation of the McKenzie clan. His dad, Jim McKenzie, the very first puller in the class, is in fourth place. And Courtney Robinson currently holding sixth. And the plumber's nightmare, that's Don Dean from Trafalgar, Indiana, holding the number 6 spot at 260 feet. 4 more pullers to go, plus Nancy, and we will not know until the end of the class after Jim Kendall pulls if Nancy's ever going to get it started.
Raindrops falling on my head.
I didn't want to mention that 4-letter word, but obviously our beautiful weekend is not very beautiful right now. So let's see what's going to happen, whether it's going to blow over or blow in. Brandon taking over the number 3 spot. They're all piling up on each other with only a couple feet between them, huh, Bill? That's right. Burkhart with the radials in third right now. He's 8 feet short of Brandon Budd. Budd from Pennsylvania is in number 7. I'm one of the black guys, one of the first ones to get in point. Bill Jones hails out of Calvert County, and he is an Afro-American farmer. He farms a lot of ground down there, raises some good cattle. A lot of times he would bring up his cattle to sell them at the Westminster Livestock Auction. And Bill, of course, was one of the original modified pullers. And Bill, besides farming, has a welding business. So he has been into a little bit of everything. And I tell you, Bill Jones is one of those pullers that, regardless of what all the others are doing, if someone needs help, Bill Jones is there to help. This is the third tractor that Jones built. He calls it the attitude of justice. 5 years ago, in the playoff, one of the other pullers ran off with the sled and broke the sled. And that was at 9 o'clock at night. It was looking into Bill Jones, there with his welding truck, within 30 feet. Bill Jones had the welding done, the sled was back on the track. He ended up last year, number 2 on the East Coast region. One dedicated farmer and puller from down in southern Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, getting our big Washington County welcome from Hardingtown, Maryland, Mr. Bill Jones. Bill has 3 of them on there, and each contains 557 cubic inches. He's got the camera up on the cage. There comes the singer, ladies and gentlemen, out of Canada. That's Rob Rennie in that good-looking old C-Kid truck. Get ready to get that super class started.
They blow up, they will be. It's not pretty.
Bill Jones taking over the number 4 spot thus far at 288.6.
I like the danger out there.
30.5-inch wide back tires on these tractors in this class. They are some salty tires. Tires like anything else with petroleum in it really went up. Get a brand new set, get them sharpened and hardened and mounted. You can spend close to 10 grand now. They're expensive. Oh, over 2,000. You're going to see more than one of those set of tires here this weekend. 30.5-inch wide on these tractors, 24.5-inch wide on the Pro Stocks, and then the Supers will also run these 30.5s. Couple more tractors here. If you're a Dodge fan, we got one for you. Randy Davis is here with that beautiful heavy-powered tractor called the Running Bear. From down in Tappahannock, Virginia, he's waiting to come out. Thanks again to these guys out there working. Dale Bumper, his tractor has the square on the front, the scraper on the back. Bill Deal with his little New Holland and the scraper. Doug Deal in that Kubota that belongs to Advantage Landscaping. And of course that roller got all kinds of fine sponsors on it. Reese's. A few other ones there. Appreciate them helping us out.
Well, speaking of Dodgers, this, of course, is Advantage sponsored by the all-new Hoffman Dodge.
Yeah, I bet they'll like this one, Bill.
I tell you what, those old Dodge.
Are you alright?
Gimme.
Where are you going?
Now the Hemi engine
Oh, okay.
was coming in yesterday. I don't know about a Hemi engine.
I don't know how to run this stupid thing.
Because it is darn close.
They're going to the bathroom.
He's got it made with change. How about a nice hand for him? 323.1 feet. He's even waving. He says, yeah, it's got a Hemi in it. As a matter of fact, it's got two of them. That thing pulls as good as it looks. Look at those back tire spans. He was using all 30.5 inches to put that 4,000 horsepower to the flag.
I called everybody before I got a hold of Mike.
Well, we had to rotate all of them down as he takes over the #1 spot. 323. He got Jason McKenzie tonight by, it looks like, let's call it a good 11 feet. He's out there at 323. Jason 312 in second. Brandon Budd with the 312 Chubbies in third and 309. Fourth place in fourth place, well, Here comes Father Fred. Here's the one that got it started. Of course, the McKenzie family's been in pulling, and one of the older sons got it started, him and his dad, Fred, and he was fatally injured in a tractor pull accident at their farm back in 1983. But I tell you what, the family stayed in pulling. And of course, Father Fred now proud to be the granddad of 3 generations of pulling. And so far we've had airplane engines, Chevrolets, and here comes old Fred with 4 cores. Yeah, this is a tough contender and a long time contender. Fred's about 75 years young, still working as a machinist. Built this tractor himself. 4-engine tractor, and whenever there's 4 winch blocks on there, they have to be carbureted. So he not only has 4 engines to take after or keep after, he's also got 4 carburetors that can get pretty finicky. Big long Fords, they started like the 460s, and I'm sure they're bigger than that now. Fred's from Westminster, Maryland, and he calls it the Highland Special. I used to think that was named after Ford's factory in Highland Park, but Helen said, no, we have Highland cattle. So it is aptly named the Highland Special. Well, for many years, Fred ran the same tractor that Gato had with the old Packard P12 PT boat engine on it. And Fred says, I've still got it. We've never torn the tractor apart. He was facing hard to the right, standing on the left brake on the left wheel. The front end was up. He couldn't stand. Finally got up to about the 270 mark. He said, not every pull has to be exactly straight. We can put a bend and a kink in it here and there. How about Mike's Destination 300 quarters, fans? That's a good looking truck, isn't it? Tell you what, we just got word up here. Got 2 more young pullers here that's having a birthday this week. Today, young Reed is 4 years old today. Happy birthday, Reed. And tomorrow, his sister, Brenna. Hey, Brenna, you're going to be 12 years old tomorrow. So let's all yell happy birthday to Reed and Brenna. And I'm so glad that they're both here celebrating a great Memorial Day pull here in the Washington County Pulling. We just got word that Fred went out of bounds, so unfortunately he gets a disqualification there with the Highland Special for crossing the white sideline. That is a no-no. Now there's James Kendall.
He's got new paint, a new name on his tractor from Hagerstown, Maryland. The Little American. Another turbine-powered tractor. So we have two to go. James Kendall, and going down here to see if Nancy Howard's going to be able to make it out.
Well, here's the very first Washington County boy. We've had more fun with Jimmy Kendall over the last 39 years. Jim said here last year, he said, you know, Bill, I can't believe it'll soon be 40 years that we have developed tractor pulling here on the East Coast. He's done everything. Can't tell you how many different jobs he's had. One time his wife said, you know, I think the Washington County Pullers needs a mascot. So Jimmy says, you know, I think a skunk. He had a special suit made with a big white stripe down the back. And that little naughty farm boy, he would dress up as a skunk and run out and jump on the back of the sled. Jimmy said the just needed a little special entertainment. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's been a dedicated guy to work with. He's been experimenting with these jet engines that are often the same helicopters. He remembers the Manning television show in Korea. These are like homing engines. I tell you, he got it evolving and kept on going. His main voice with the brand new tractor. I tell you what, Jim, I think it's got potential. How do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I tell you what, he had a 3-engine tractor a couple of years ago, and then he lost an engine, he got another engine. Here it is, 243.95 feet, 243.95, and just to reiterate that good old Fred, McKenzie was disqualified. That's one of the rules that I forgot to make you fans aware of. You got to keep it inside the white lines. Well, Fred went over the lines when he faded hard to the right, so he was disqualified. He was holding ninth. That means that Jimmy now comes in, takes over the number 9 spot. Well, is Nancy going to get on the track?
She's in the seat, and she's got her helmet on, so I believe she's going to make it out there. Be the final puller in this modified tractor class. Then we'll go to the 6,200-pound two-wheel drive truck. Man, that tractor is odd, isn't it, Dave? Jimmy says, more work to do. More work. These guys are tough contenders, whether they're on a tractor or each gonna have a little bit of pressure here to finish out this modified class. Here comes her dad, Earl.
Here, husband's out in front. That's Mr. Weller. He's showing her how to back up to the sled. She is a woman that always believes what a gentleman says in Weller.
I can't see that coming over there, but I know she's right at it. I don't know if she's by it, but she's definitely at it. The people on the far side are shaking their head yes or no. We're going to find out here in a moment. How about a nice hand for Nancy, ladies and gentlemen? That was worth waiting for.
Waiting for the distance to come up 327.71. She's in the number one spot, 327.71. Takes over again. We'll have the final rundown for you in a moment.
Must be those E3 spark plugs in that thing.
I guarantee you, spark. She has the spark.
There's 48 spark plugs in that tractor, you believe that? Twin spark plugs in each cylinder, 2 V12 engines. Man, that'd just clean a $100 bill for spark plugs.
John, can you do me a favor? Yeah. Go to the men's bathroom. Over on that.
For the very first goal.
Finger in there being hot.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the top four. Mr. Bob Rennick. From the end Guardian, which translates to Guardian Angel. He's from Quebec, Canada. You probably saw him at the Expo Nationals back in March if you were there. And he told me a while ago they pulled his pine top last weekend. They tried to come down here tonight. Sure it was good to have him. I took down an all fiberglass body, and it is based on a 1923 detail Ford. And this has been a popular body style for years for fuel drive truck people. That C-cab gets its name from the big C shape above the doors. Back in the day when it was all wood, no side windows and what have you. They tell me that Al Capone had an old truck like that sold for a lot of money. And of course it was steel. And I often wonder whatever happened to it. This man's 12 hours from home, so I wish him well. He calls it the Stinger. It's a 25 model and it's sports a Keith Black Hennig. Wow, that box is way up there against the stop. How about a nice there for Bob? We'll see if he wants to keep that or turn it down. So if you're a Ford fan, you like that 25 model Ford, and if you're a Dodge fan, I'm sure you like that Keith Black. I mean, it sounds very good here tonight. Well, waiting for that first distance to come on reading. And we'll decide whether the slate is set. Got the alcohol burn out of it now. There's some shut down with any fuel in the system. Here comes another C-cab called Bad Medicine. Well, here's the
Feel better?
276.08. So now I'm back with Bill Grove and Scott Jones. That's going to have to decide if the slate set right for the class. First time that we have seen Bob Renee, I'm going to say that's how you pronounce his name, being a little bit on the French side. Can you believe I took 2 years of French in high school? I can still say comment allez-vous. That's about all I can remember. I didn't know they had French. When your box hit the stops right out here about that big telephone pole, past the 250 mark, So this time, I'd say that the box is not going to top out until we get out there about the 300 mark. That box has 51 gears to choose from to make that sled easier or more difficult to drag. So they're looking at a clipboard that's mounted in between the frame rails of that sled. A couple big truck transmissions in there. 51 different combinations of jerking those 2 or 3 handles on those transmissions. The gear shifts are cut off about 6 inches high. They'll put a piece of pipe down there and change a couple gears, looking at a clipboard that's under a piece of plexiglass. And they'll get the correct combination that will slow the speed of the box travel down just a bit from where it was a while ago. And that'll make it a little bit easier to get down through here. Of course, the object of the game here, especially with 2-wheel drive, is to get that sled chasing you as fast as you can drag it down through here. And when that box stops out and that brand presses down and we get that weight transfer, you want to be going as fast as you can before it tries to pull the drawbar off that truck. And that guy that gets it rolling down through here is definitely going to be the one that takes it to further. It starts at the very beginning. You often hear Bill say that. That bull was won or lost within the first 50 feet. One time he's out tall and booking down through here, and when it nails him, we'll get a couple more feet, and the guy that works that strategy out the best is going to win this class of 9 trucks.
Well, he wants that sled moved again. Now, every puller has one opportunity to tell the sled crew where to stick that darn thing. He wants it all the way over on the left now.
The 25 model Ford turn up, that big cheap black Hemi. So let's hope he can get her a little further down the track this time. There's Mark out there checking things out. He's the damn toy man. Tractor's looking good. These guys ought to be pleased with the power that this tractor's taking here tonight. Not too wet and not too dry. Well, I guess he doesn't really know how we function forward now. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to Dave and Tina Moore, the directors and competition for the Lucas National Towing Circuit here on the East Coast. Dave has been off the phone trying to get these pullers in here from all over, and I'll take it, Dave Moore. You've done a super job. Steve Wilson says, well, if you're going to get feet, he's the next man up. You might as well get feet from someone from Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring it back. Here on the good Washington County clay. That sled box popped out that time about 275, so kudos to the sled crew as well. They got her set right on the money. Ronnie Schindler is driving the sled for this class, and I believe they're going to be happy with that one.
Yes, indeed, 312.24. And by the way, we are being measured by Dave Bush from Charlestown, West Virginia. Dave does his job. He has a laser transit. He's in the transit business, surveyor, has a hardware store in Charlestown. Dave Bush has been doing this for a long time. He's set up down at the end of the track. He can read it as soon as the sled stops. And he reads the distance to the front of the sled. Sled goes back, he resets the transit at 0. When the sled is stopped, he can get it to the nearest 100th of a foot. That's close. 312.24. Well, Steve Wilson's up next out of Prince Frederick, Maryland.
Dirty money. He's in the septic and sanitation business. So I always thought that was a pretty cool name. Being in the septic business and calling your truck Dirty Money. I tell you what, he grew up his dad, he's second generation boy. His mom used to say,
I hear it too, but it's coming from the megaphone.
Let it set and bombed up that pool. So we're off and underway with this 6,200-pound two-wheel drive class. 8 more to compete against Bob. And here comes Dirty Money for the Chevrolet fans out of Prince Frederick, Maryland. It's supposed to be a Chevy, but it is a Chevrolet S10, and it is looking good. Yeah, Dirty Money ended up in 5th place last year in the point standing. His high school companion, of course, a young lady, is going to be running against him. That's one thing when you graduate from high school and 20 years later. Let's see how far out he is. 332.783, 32.784. If that sled ever set right, 20 feet out in front. Well, I can just hear Bob Renee now. Well, if you're going to get beat, it might be by a man that's in the septic business. Look at the size of that heavy under the hood of that truck, man. Steve, you're out front. 323, right, Bill? 332. 332. Yeah, 332. 202 feet out in front. That was a good pull from the start, wasn't it? Yeah, well, we've got Mike Bartowski here with a Ford coming up next. Well, I'll tell you what, boys, you got a band coming up now that came another long way to pull. Yeah, man, from Toledo, New York. Mike Bartowski in this Ford that was at the Keystone Nationals back in March. First time I ever got to talk to the man. Super nice guy. If you're an old school Ford fan, you don't have to be real old school. It's about a 96, no newer than a 97 model. You're gonna love this thing. It's called Destination 300. And she's all Ford for you Ford fans. Look at that nice big box motor sitting in there with that great big injection on the top. On that blower. Man, this thing's gonna make a bunch of noise. Destination 300. He's gonna have to change that to Destination 335. We need to get out my truck.
Oh, ha ha ha.
I tell you, friends, that's not done well here tonight. When you're up against a Dodge indication, I tell you what, that is hard to do. We got 2 of them, the guy from Canada and Wilson, both running Dodge. I think that Ford should get out there, Bill. All right, Ford fans, what do you think? Yeah! Destination 300, looking for 335. not to get outrun. Yeah, I tell you, as far as birds go, this world, 320.10. 320.10. I tell you what, Mike Bartokowski put the hoods on. The guy from Canada, Bob Renee, now in third at 312, but not quite the match for Steve Wilson. At 332, still holding that number one spot. So the Ford is in second. Trent Best making his way down there in front of the fans. He does not run a blower.
Nobody thought what?
Turbochargers on that blue
He told me, he said he left it unlocked, so he hoped that somebody would steal it. I said, did you leave the keys anywhere? Oh, damn, I should have done that.
Kevin Landis is up next.
Only
Number
thing
4
is,
on the sheet
if
of
you don't
9
click into that thing on the
here.
floor,
Kevin
that
from
alarm
Berlin,
goes off when you turn
Pennsylvania,
that key,
with
and
a
it's
23 T-bucket that squirts 572 cubic inches of big block old power. Well, Kevin Landis is coming up next from Berlin, Pennsylvania. They live right up close to where Flight 93 went down on that tragic day. And of course, Kevin, his dad, Hall Cole. But Kevin's in the TV business, and Kevin can tell you a lot about that tragic day back in 2001. And we've had the privilege, Patty and I, we go up there for the last 3 years. We go up and announce their big pull-up in Somerset, Pennsylvania. But Kevin Landis and his dad had a rough time last year. They couldn't keep the engine together 2 years ago. They finally got one that would run good, and I tell you what, Landis has come back. He calls it the Roots Runner. He ended up in first place last year.
all right.
How about that, man? I just saw Denny Hurst down here walking up through. Many of you know Denny from Marion. He's been wrenching on the motor in that truck, and he's got it running like a top, doesn't he? Here comes Big Herb. Herb Clark from Lime Lake, New York, in this tough old Taz toy truck. Well, Mr. Landis got a little bit closer than what Mike Bartokowski did. Mike Kevin pulled 322.50. That moves him up to the number 2 spot. We understand he won one of the recent polls. So Mike Bartokowski with 4 drops down into 3rd place right now. Steve Wilson still out in first at 332. And Bob Renee from Canada is in the number 4 spot. Incidentally, Geico Insurance is one of our national sponsors, and think you're getting a good deal on insurance for your motorcycle, dirt bike, or ATV? I tell you what, you need to call Geico at 1-800-44-CYCLE and get a free rate quote. Yes, you might be surprised to see how much you're going to save by using Geico. And of course, Lucas Oil, who is providing the main sponsorship for the national circuit. And of course, they've got the best power steering stop lead. I use a lot of Lucas Oil products in the old Chevrolet. Yep, Patty and I came over here in the old Silver Water tonight. I'll tell you, Lucas Oil keeps it running. Hot dog there is hot dog. Many of you remember when it was a Ranger, and now it is a truck. Jeff Esselman from New York with a Boss 429 motor on that one. And that is Boss 429 and Ford answer to a Hemi. You'll see the valve covers about 10 inches wide, with a spark plug going down through the center of the head. Of course, Ford made those Boss engines in 302, 351, and this 429. This is a copy of the big boy from back in the day, and it will really make a Ford man smile. Watch this thing go. Went the winner down at Bud's Creek, wasn't it? Kevin Landis won down there. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you, these boys, part of the old Albany towing team. Jeff is one of the son-in-laws, old Harry Albany. Now that goes back to the mid-1970s. In the blockbusting action. That is a really big machine. That was a very nice pull for the Bonfog truck. Hot dog. 330.1. Gonna take over the number 2 spot thus far. Only a couple feet back into the number 2 spot. Very nice pull for Jeff Esselman. Well, here we are about halfway through the second event tonight. 5 major events, and I tell you what, we've got the hot rod semis coming up as the next class. Looking on down over, we've got a man from New York. Yep, the only time usually you see Mark Cook down this way is at the Frederick Fair in September. Well, Mark is down here tonight. Tina Moore called him up and said, Mark, and this man, of course, has been coming for many, many years. Let's give him a big Washington County welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The first time he's pulled here, Peter right down here. Let's go, Mark, come. Tell that he never brought it up, but over 6,000 RPMs. I thought for a moment there he was just going to die at about the 50-foot mark, but he kept on trucking. That big Arias engine. Some people call it an Aries, a lot of people call it Arias. Big send-off for Mark Cook. That's 318.84 feet. That goes down to one ahead of him. Sabrina Lee, number 2 in point class here. The green flag is almost ready to fall for the Michigan Maker. Got her come through on the rim. There she likes the ball. I tell you what, Sabrina, I can remember, I'm going way back. Her dad told she was a stocking before she was a reed. And I tell you what, I can remember when she was 4 years old, and she would carry, he had a 4-engine tractor, her dad did, and she carried the alcohol bottle to prime the engines to start it. It is so good. Sabrina Reed, her husband Neil, of course, up from Huntingtown, Maryland, and we're trying to make arrangements to get down there to work with their coal in July. 316.50 puts her in the number 6 spot. Competition tonight, 316.50. Here we go with the final T bucket in the class. It took him a long time to get it to run right, but I think he's got it. Right there. Well, maybe he doesn't. He wants to back up. He needs some more RPMs to get those turbos spinning. You can see the turbochargers at each top front corner of the engine. They have to really get spinning. And how do you get a turbo spinning? With the exhaust. So the engine has to be revved up real high. And that turbocharger needs to be about a minimum of 80,000 RPM. Then 100,000 would be better. So we'll see if we can get them spinning that hard with his second and final attempt here with the Blue Stinger.
There's a lot of alcohol. Get it rolling. Clutch is locked up.
He's looking over at Andy for some reason. Something definitely doesn't suit him. Yeah, these have to be bigger turbos. Last year he did pull it. A couple of years ago he had the thing running super good. But it looks to me, Brian, that he's put larger turbochargers on it, and he's just not getting enough exhaust through those turbos. Well, not a very good holiday weekend for Trent Best. How about a nice hand for him, folks? He did go Hemming. It's got spark plugs right down through the middle of the valve covers. No more big block Chevy motor. We got another Hemming coming. Speaking of 49, I believe this is about a 49, maybe a 50. No, a 52 because it's Taz Toy. And I told you 572 cubic inch Hemming, that's a very popular size. He's got a little ways to oversize the cylinders on this one, it's fresh. It's 541 cubic inches of Hemming in his old Chevrolet. Watch him go, he's going to finish out the fuel drive truck class for us. Irv Clark. Come on, Irv! It's just like the Frederick Fair track, only you don't have any class. This is all your one. We'll get that distance and give you the rundown. distance is 328.83. That gives him the number 3 finish. While Bill and Helena are working on the final rundown for that two-wheel drive class,
Still want to hurt you, sure. What? I just want the shirt right now. Right now. It was one of the boys. He got a boy shirt on, and I said, I want one of them shirts. I want that one, and I paid it. Well, if you just want to see me take my shirt off, yeah, I'll change it. I won't let you go shirtless.
Norm wore a pair of coveralls and said Canada on there. He said everybody comes in here looking for the owner, salesman, and what have you. I tell them the janitor. Joe Metzger with the Brontosaurus. This is definitely a tough truck, folks. The engine in this truck used to be in chainless a number of years ago. It's the famous KT600 Cummins. I think it started life as KT450. But it's up there at about 1,150 cubic inches now. So if you're a Cummins fan, watch this big single Charger Broadway bring it down the track. He calls it the Brontosaurus.
I tell you, one of the icons of on-road semi-pulling. Came a long way in from Selbyville, Ohio. It's gonna get smoky out here. Ladies and gentlemen, how about you, all fans? How about a nice hand for Super Joe? If he turns that down, we're gonna take the Huskies off his truck. Here's the Mark Timmy, 320.08 feet. You're right about that, Brian. That could be the winning
98 cubic inches of max V8 under the hood. That is one tough looking truck. The 4-boy slot. Ladies and gentlemen, up here from Richmond, Virginia, almost on the sideline over there on the left side, but he's kept it inbound, so we'll see where it's stopping.
I tell you, he's got that sucker hot for a back, a V8 Mac and at 278.01. Puts him in the second place, bro. And of course, a lot of these people do not realize that the bleachers over here, the grandstand section, you folks probably don't know, but a bunch of farmers here in Washington County, you are sitting on the original bleachers from the original Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. When they tore down the stadium, the farmers up here got a deal. They said, if you don't bust them up, we'll come down, tear them down, and put them together. And so that's where the grandstand came from here tonight, down at the old Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. Here we go, Peterbilt band. Double down. How about a nice hand for Jeremy, folks? Man, did he have that thing wound up. That thing's pulling as good as it looks here tonight. Right up there with Joe, if not past. We're running a floating finish line in this semi-class pullers. Floating finish line. You only have to tell them that once. They're going to hold it wide open and go as far as they can. No doubt about that.
Not far enough to take over the #1 spot. He missed it by 7 feet. Jeremy Walker in the #2 spot at 3:13.23. So that drops Tim Carter's 278 with the Black Mac down into third. I'll tell you what, that was a running machine. The race suddenly, and we were kind of suckered into doing the job. But I tell you what, Brian Yeager, it has been 39 years of enjoyment.
No doubt about that. Fans, look here. Cross your fingers for this guy. This is Super Joe. He's our current leader, and he's got his fingers crossed. But he's a fan as much as a puller, and he's going to watch the Hillbilly Deluxe now. Here's one for the Peterbilt and the Caterpillar fans. Wow, got under the turbo, hopefully didn't break or blow anything apart. How about a nice hand for Mark Brooks? He's still happy. He said, that's nothing hurt. I'm going to need a tow tractor, but it's not here.
All right, we've got the official number up here, 292.74. Okay, that'll put him in the #3 spot. He was able to beat Censure and Educator in Pennsylvania. In other words, he teaches high school. Can you imagine him in front of a class of farm boys? He knows how to keep them under control. So glad to be working tonight with Brian Yeager. We've talked a lot of them down the track over the last few years. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring this gentleman from Shenandoah, Virginia on. He's told him many, many times. Make him welcome Mr. Greg King. Well, Elena, I'm going to let you tell him how far did he go?
330 feet, .56.
And where is he placing right now?
First place.
Aha! You heard it from Elena, our statistician, the diesel doctor. She says that's as close to ever getting to marrying a doctor. I'm married to a diesel doctor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this lady, I tell you, has come in here to Maryland many times. And I tell you, she's had her picture on the front page of the Frederick Post
last year after the show she put on at the Frederick Fair. Well, right now tonight, she's got a big Mac out in front of that big Cummins engine in that Peterbilt. But I'll tell you what, when Dana Lindsay pulls, she knows how to run an 18-wheeler. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dana Lindsay!
Very nice goal for Dana Lindsay. How about a nice hand for her, folks? Fireworks and all. She is not outdone, but she is a definite strong contender as usual. One more mention, I don't know if they're still going through the crowd or not, but Becky and the gang from the Redneck Ball are out back here with their displays, setups, sales of all kinds of stuff. And every time we have a pool here, they raffle off tickets for a John Deere toy, and they give the money to the Washington County Pullers. So if you've seen the girls going through the crowd, hopefully you have bought one of those raffle tickets for that John Deere toy from the Redneck Ball, and they will donate the money to the Washington County Pullers, and we really appreciate that. How about this guy's little tow tractor, English Built International, a little B275 diesel, looking good. And it is in front of a classic. And we'll tell you about that as soon as Bill gives you Dana's distance.
All right, Dana Lindsay only good for the number 4 spot tonight. 307.61. She beat Mark Rook out of Jerome'sville, Ohio. He had 292. Let's see, 302 is 10 and 5. Well, she got him by 15 feet, dropped him down to 5th place. Jeremy Walker's in 3rd out of Illinois at 313. The battle for the 2 top, Greg Dean out of Virginia in 1st at 330. 10 feet shy is Joe Metzger out of Ohio. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's also got a great big 6-cylinder cat motor under the hood. So, hopefully Lou Shanklin from Navarrete, Ohio is going to have a good time with us here tonight. And you will enjoy seeing this one pull called the Black Sheep. Because I'd like to have this thing for Christmas.
I'll put a word in the old Santa for you. Ladies and gentlemen, what a class of semis tonight. Beautiful truck driven by Lou Shanklin.
Yeah, I agree with Jerry. But it runs a lot better than my Kenworth. I'd still like to have it.
If you can smell burning the clutch from what an effort he made. You know, after you drive all the way in from out there in Ohio, and then you find out that your clutch needs to be replaced. Here comes the distance, 243.58, 243.58.
About 2 miles a gallon. This Cummins works much better. Wait and see. I think you'll like it. Shameless.
Yeah, Mike Larabee's been coming in here to Hagerstown for the last number of years. He was one of the first Ohio pullers to come in and put on a fantastic pull last year at the Great Frederick Fair in September. And we hope that some of you Washington County folks will be able to get over the mountain. But right now, all eyes at the starting line, Mr. McLaren.
330 is the mark to beat. Joe Metzger held it for a long time, but Greg Dean of Virginia Puller put it on him. Elena is trying to get the numbers. Here we go. Good for second place. It is close. 320.77. Well, let's figure that out. 320.77 colors. Yeah, I've been to a lot of polls over the last 39 years. You're right. Brian Yeager's looking up his t-shirt cannon. He thinks he found the shirt left from the bed. You think you can get it all the way over to the bank? Well, stand back. Got under that turbo again. That gets it, and we'll have the distance in a moment. Man, I bet you could cook a steak on that man boat. He's going to need a tow tractor. That was a high RPM pull with a little bit of the rough ending. How about a nice hand for him, folks? He's going double duty here tonight. We'll get his distance and give you the rundown. Hey, folks, on the far side, I'm going to send a t-shirt over there. I think it's left over from Frederick Fair, but I got a whole bunch from East Coast Fullers, so pay attention.
Jumper cables on the back that started with the truck. Right, that's the only reason that it, and we couldn't turn it off, because if we turned it off, it would stop.
All right, we've got the distance now on Walker Glass Bowl, 296.32, 296.32, puts him in the number 6 spot.
Whoa, hello.
Got it working good now.
He's trying to outdo the Huffman girls. Well, here's our final placings in this class. The winner, of course, in a hard-fought battle from Shenandoah, Virginia, the Bad Dog, Mr. Greg Dean at 330 feet. In second place, Mike Laramie out of Ohio, and another one of those pretty yellow trucks at 320.77. Took second. He beat Joe Metzger with the Brontosaurus. He got Joe by 7 inches. Joe's in third at 320.08. Fourth place, going to Jeremy Walker's other truck in fourth at 313. Fifth, to Dana Lindsay with the Red Hot Rollin'. Lindsay at 307 for fifth. Going into sixth place, the man that just pulled Jeremy Walker's second truck in sixth at 296. Seventh place, Mark Rook from Jeromesville, Ohio, the Hillbilly Deluxe in seventh at 292. Eighth to Tim Carter, and ninth to Lou Shanklin. Your winner in a hard-fought poll tonight, Greg Dean from Shenandoah, Virginia, Mike Laramie second, and Joe Metzger in third.
We rode today. Yeah.
Well, another one of our local sponsors on the roller tonight is Reese's Home. He says all this good rain we've had lately, and I'm trying to get ready to plant corn. Let's bring him on. He's the man from Washington County. That is right, Washington nailed him right to the ground, coming up on the 290-foot range. She's tractor crazy. She says, Dad, the only thing I want in life is a good, hard-running John Deere. Well, Dad says to her, you know, we got this one old tractor out here. I can put a new hood on it, make it look new. But to make it run, you're going to have to help me do it. I'll tell you what. That girl knows which end of the ratchet handle you put the sockets on. So, Sarah's got a brand new sled. She's number 1 now in the class. They reset the sled, so now she will have the option to take it or leave it. And Steve Beckley's coming back last in the class.
Rostock John Deere power, folks. Rostock's in this class limited 680 cubic inches with one turbocharger as big as you can spin.
Well, I don't know whether a young lady can stand up against all this competition because Leon Oberholzer is here with my favorite Alice Chalmers. Ladies, let's bring her down the track. Miss John Deere herself, Carol Ford.
Wow, that was a very nice pull for Tara Moore. She's got her GoPro camera up there. You'll have to check her out on the East Coast Pullers Facebook page. I have some little shirts here that are too small to shoot, but they're for my favorite size fans. I'm looking for a boy or a girl that's wearing a tractor shirt or something like that. If they got an international or a New Holland shirt, well, I didn't have to go too far there. Hold on. Watch that woman behind you. Man, she'll turn you inside out.
All right, that distance on Tara Moore, she is going to be tough tonight. 3:05.92. In the number 1 spot, I know farms a lot of ground down on the shore, as we say. In my 30-some years working for the Maryland Farm Bureau, that's the organization that represents farmers in the state legislature and down in Washington. The Saddle folks have been very strong Farm Bureau supporters. For a long time, we didn't have any Eastern Shore farmers, and now Robert's on the track. Welcome to Western Maryland, Robert. Oh, he tried hard to put it on there. God darn, we're waiting for the distance.
Hey, did you ever see that sticker that says Johnny Cash is a friend of mine? This one kid's got a shirt that says Robert Martin is a friend of mine.
Well, guess what? Robert Martin's going to be pulling next. Here's the distance, 281.55 for Mr. Robert Saddle. 281.55. Good
Big turbocharger. Serious RPM coming out of the tractors in this class. My oh my. Making thousands of horsepower.
Well, here again tonight, a lot of birthdays, and we have a young man here from Urbana, Maryland. Gave a bird piece up the road. His name is Patrick Hipkins. Well, Patrick, you're gonna be a big 11 years old tomorrow. So let's all say a happy early birthday to Patrick Hipkins from Urbana. Patrick, great to have you over here. Now we've got the distance on Bill Zimmer. A very difficulty, 279.80. Screw the spark plugs in. But then he said, you know, like most diesels, they don't have any distributor. I tell you what, it was a nightmare, but he's going to make it run. A diesel with no diesel.
She's a big electronic distributor where the injector pump used to be. Boy, what a nice winning run, make a good birthday present.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kevin Winter.
I don't think he did it either. I don't think he got it either.
Now, we're right to the distance. Tara holding number 1 at 3:05. We'll have the distance on the birthday boy in just a moment. Well, here it is. He did his darndest, but Tara still in number 1. He was 6 feet short. 299.38 against Tara Moore's 305.92. That put
For yourself, they had 531 cubic inches and a factory turbocharger right out of the factory. John Deere's biggest two-wheel drive tractor of that time frame. This one's called Good News.
oh, it's got a rumble all of its own.
Oh, how about a nice hand for Brian Sathoff? That was a good pull. And a good looking 60-30 right there in front of him. See where that puts him.
Okay, 290.89. That will put him at about the 3rd spot. 280.89. Third of those Martins like to be number 1, and they've got enough tractors. That's what Robert said. Keep the boys on the farm. Here's John Deere. Oh, we're getting down on it now. Taylor Moore could be in real trouble. We'll have that distance coming up in just a moment. Well, Tara, it was close. You're still in number 1 because Robert Martin missed beating you by a little over a foot. Robert Martin's in second now at 304.3 compared to your 305.9. So Robert now beats Kevin Windsor with the New Holland, takes over the number 2 spot. Windsor with the alcohol New Holland drops into 3rd. That pushes Brian Sadoff at 290 down into 4th. And Robert Sadoff Sr.'s in 5th. Robert Martin's Think Green tractor now in the 6th spot. So it is a very, very close pull. And that's when they wrench on their tractors. Well, Cody, I hope you have it right. Ladies and gentlemen, a family, a farm family that supports tractor pulling night and day. Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, Mr. Cody Martin. Good run, but not a good sound. Lap's going over to shut it off. I tell you what, the way they make these engines run, a lot of people don't realize, Brian, there's no governor on these tractors. What do you think he was turning well over $5 grand on an engine that was only made to run 2,300?
Yeah, man, they're all doubling the RPMs in this class. But you have to double the RPMs to get a couple thousand horsepower. Right there at the very end of a run is always nasty, whether it's a truck or a tractor. That's when everything is stretched tight, working hard. Now when you let off the throttle, boy, bad things can happen. I hope it's nothing too major. Get a load of this XDP diesel truck, man. The diesel trucks will be out here shortly, folks.
Well, we've got the distance coming up on Cody. It was a close call, but I tell you, it's 291.58. He beat Brian Savall by just about 8 inches, pushing Brian down into the number 5 spot.
Going shy. I told your brother not to go out there and beat him, but I don't think that's going to work there. RPM's coming up, the green flag's out now for the Dairy Deer, Josh Martin. Not a bad pull, definitely no slouch, but about 10, 12 feet short of that orange coat.
Well, we'd just like to mention some of the banner sponsors, the local businesses that have really pitched in here. We've got the distance now, 290.04. Look at all these ones in the...
From about 5 miles up the road. Got the green flag. Here we go with one more deer.
Well, if you're gonna beat your sister, Davey, 306 would do it. You only have to get her by 1 inch. That might as well be a mile. Run out and get don't count your chickens yet. It is going to be close. The mark to beat was 305.9. Yeah, we'll know in a moment.
I believe she's going to hold on to it, Bill.
Yeah, kind of got to agree with you. 298.76. 298.76. Well, that moves him up, but not enough to take. To be sure and mark that down. Tim Ammons, of course, the Red Line Harvester, a big Case International, the MX 240 PS. This class tonight's been dominated by the John Deere tractors. Here's the well, Tara has lucked out, I'll tell you what, Tim Ammons.
I think they done off the clutch.
Yes, going years back, the old International Starboard 1066. was the winning tractor. Well, Tim took that international case at 288.55. 288.55. Let's see. We're on the front of the sled to give it more weight. Now that is going way back in dinosaur time.
And after that, that sled was designed, the blueprints of that sled came from the Stauffer boys that originally built the Terminator that's sitting out here. They were both pullback sleds. And Jerry and a bunch of folks made this self-propelled, and I believe that was 1993, if I'm not mistaken. And that's even getting back there now that you say, 21, 22 years ago. The Washington County group bought the prints and built that. And then I believe it was 93 it was turned into self-propulsion.
Well, here's the last man, another Washington County color. Your job's done. Jerry Moore. Well, I could have told him right about the 100-foot mark. When she came up the first time, he was not going to do it. Big hand for Steve Beckley as he wraps up the Superstock Pro Stock class tonight. 276.97. 11 spot in the class here tonight. Your official winners in this class, taking all the marbles back to Boonesboro, Miss Tara Moore at 305.9. Second place going to Robert Martin out of Chambersburg, 304.3. Third place in the class going to Southern Maryland, Mr. Kevin Windsor, a birthday boy with the entire group. Kevin, Donnie, and Robbie celebrating today. They're going to celebrate that number 3 prize money at $299. Fourth place going to Davey Moore at $298.7.
What are they, 2.5 ton rears?
Going to Cody Martin.
What are they running, 2.5 ton rears on them?
Sixth place going to Brian Sadoff. Brian Sadoff from Ridgely, Maryland at 290.8 for the number 6 spot. Seventh going to Josh Martin at 290.04. Eighth place, the only red tractor on the grounds tonight, Tim Ammons in 8th at 288. Ninth going to Robert Sadoff from the shore. 10th to Robert Martin with the Think Green tractor. And 11th, last place for Mr. Steve Beckley. Again, Tara, you can celebrate tonight.
Let me know when there's going to be a classic modified pull somewhere. Preferably on a Saturday. I want to look them over.
There's only like 6 of them last night.
Oh yeah, I seen 2 of them last year going to Gaithersburg Fairgrounds for the pool down there.
I think their Jefferson was 7, 6, 2.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are off and running with 13 trucks in the Pro Stock Diesel class. Billy DeLazio from 84, Pennsylvania, with the XDP pulling Team Dog. That box stopped out and he kept on going about another 30 or
40 feet. We'll see if he's happy with that pull. He's the first of 13. If he doesn't like it, we'll give him the option to come back and try it again. Whenever they do that, you cannot revert back to that first pull if it was better than your second attempt. So it's always a gamble if they should or they shouldn't. That was a good looking run there.
Well, I tell you, Brian, 308.28. That should be a good number. 308.28 for Billy de Blasio. I think he'd be crazy to give up that.
Pro stock diesel trucks to finish up the night. See what he can do compared to the 328 or 308 that Billy did. This guy's going to have to keep what he gets.
I think I'm doing the full 308. We'll know in just a moment, all the way from Palmer, Massachusetts. Yeah, I went to school with a girl named Betty Palmer. And of course, up my way, we always called him Palmer. And she'd remind me all the time that my name is Palmer. So anyway, Todd Eli is from Palmer, Massachusetts. We'll have that distance.
Fans, we have a fast sponsor or two here for these Pro Stock diesel trucks. East Coast Diesel was one of them. They were founded in 2009. That's a diesel pickup truck repair shop. Over the years, a lot has changed. Now they specialize in diesel sled pulling. They're active in the East Coast Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League. They can definitely
I won't get it till I get home because I don't run all that stuff through my phone. It's a hard enough texting with this damn thing.
I tried teaching him, but he don't want to learn.
My fingers are too damn big for that screen. Yeah, but I'd rather have buttons. That touch screen, I just my fingers are too big. Plus, I can't.
Running like a scalded dog. Wait till you see this thing go. I'll guarantee you he's going to be out there at Bill Grove and he's going to pass that cut.
Well, he's got to beat 306, and I still say that Billy de Blasio gave up the 308 when he pulled. So we'll see what Andrew Grove does. I tell you, the hotbed of smuggler pickup is in Pennsylvania. There's no doubt about that. And Brian Yeager says Andy Grove has got it. Okay, Andy, let's see it. Yep, he got it. Big hand for Andy Grove, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see whether or not he exceeded the 308 mark. I tell you what, Lamar Burkholder's coming up next. He might help to get this whole thing started, but boy, the guys are on him tough, tough, and tougher. Yeah, we're so proud of the folks at the all-new Huffman Automotive. Of course, Judy Sutton, the owner of the company, understands the importance of supporting local community affairs, and of course the whole gang in there is crazy about pulling, and that's why she is here this evening as a major sponsor of Washington County Pulling. I tell you what, look at that number coming up, 326.11. So you're right about that. Andy Grove is tough. 326.11. Lamar Burkholder went around the country, did a lot of free pulling. He was instrumental in helping to develop this class.
on East Coast Towing. Ladies and gentlemen, the granddaddy of folks, I believe he just went out front. It's too close to tell just yet. Well, he had to beat 326 to move into the number 1 spot. Well, not quite. 321.87. Then he had that thing rolling. One of our fine sponsors for the class from New Freedom, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, 7 Valley and the Land Band. Now, by George, I believe we're going to shuffle things up a little bit. How about a nice hand for Andrew? Bad timing. Last year for a peak pump on a Dodge. I tell you what, old Lamar Burkholder got it started. He's got a lot of these guys out to beat him and beat him bad. We'll have that distance on Andrew Kinsley in just a moment. Here it is, 325.72. Holy boogers, they still didn't catch Groovy. It's 325. Milky from Queen Anne. Another Dodge fan, that just makes often happen in the entry. First time we've seen Will Bull up here in the mountain country. The running growth machine, 2001 Dodge. I tell you all, they're right up in that 290. Oh, even beat that. Here comes the official distance on Will, 302.17. 302.17. If I tell you what, doing what he said, always did best. Real deal, Corey Humps, out of Winchester. All right, we'd like to have the attention for the young ladies who are raffling off the toy tractor. It's a toy to come on down and Harris back here, and you're going to do a drawing. Ah, there they are.